Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie Pham, and welcome back to another episode of Onward and Upward. Today, I want to talk about how I miss reading books, but before that, I'm reading this after leaving jury duty. I got called in at the end of April, I believe. I can't remember. Yeah, the end of April, but I had to reschedule because I had to leave on tour on a little tour I was on in May. So I came in today and saw no one was in the waiting room, and I didn't want to get my hopes up, but then I was talking to the lady and she said the magical words, "You're dismissed." I got out of there as soon as I could and went home to record this. I mean, the whole thing was like 10 minutes. I went in at 9:20 and I was out of there by 9:31, 9:32. The last time I was there, I had to spend the whole day in the courtroom, even to explain that I was going to be out of town because of work. So this was freaking awesome, like I said. And I guess I don't have to come back to serve jury duty for a few years, I think, 2 or 3 years. Anyways, okay. On to today's topic. I've been reading more and more lately. I even brought my iPad to read, and I loaded up a bunch of books on it. Side note, I was cleaning out my iBooks app, and I guess I had like over like 500 books on there. I mean, it's including PDFs, but still, I didn't know I had that much. But I just get like a bunch of if I see something I like or remotely interesting, I'll just download it just to check it out. But yeah, I had like a bunch of books on there that I was hoping to at least read today if I had to stay. But no, I guess I didn't have to. But yeah. Whenever I have some free time now, I just tap on the iBooks app instead of Twitter or Instagram, either whether it's on my iPad or even my iPhone. I used to read about a book a week, but that number dropped to about one a month in 2018. I feel the most relaxed and creative when I'm reading a book than reading status updates and mindless articles. I also used to hate reading on the iPad because I thought it was distracting with all the notifications and the internet being so readily available, but I learned self-control and keeping the iPad on airplane mode and leaving it on airplane mode, no matter how tempting it might be, just to turning on the Wi-Fi and checking my email and Facebook and all of that. Especially when I'm reading, because I don't want to get distracted. I don't want to read a page, one or two pages, and then move on to social media or an email and whatnot. And when I'm reading, I mean, it doesn't have to be thought provoking. It doesn't have to be inspirational. Like right now, I'm reading a book called Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss, and what it is that he has like a bunch of random people, his friends and colleagues and people he look up to, answer like a set of questions about like their morning routines, how what kind of like lessons they learn in their business and their personal lives, what kind of books they're reading, what kind of excuse me, what kind of gifts they give to people, because it is kind of interesting to read how there are actors like Jimmy Fallon, other authors like Neil Strauss, and people like that give their thoughts on certain topics, because you don't really see this often, and each person has the same set 8 to 10 questions, so that makes the chapters pretty short, so it's pretty much bite size. And the other book I'm reading is it's called The Best in the World, by Chris Jericho. He's a WWE wrestler. Also he also goes by Y2J. At first, when I saw he had a book, I was like, I mean, like Y2J. I mean, I like the wrestler. I mean, I used to watch him wrestle when I was younger on SmackDown and on Raw. But I started reading it and it was pretty funny. I mean, it's just the way he writes and just the dry humor. It comes across even in text form, and it's like an easy read that I can just read a couple chapters when I feel a bit bored, or when I just want to take a break from my computer. I know I read about a book a month, but honestly, it's like a couple pages a day, couple chapters a day. It's nothing. It's not like a race. It's just it's like an escape for me. Reading books is, I mean, for me or for you, is it doesn't have to be like academic or educational. Like like the books we had to read back in high school or elementary school. It's just another way to expand your mind. And, like some people watch TV, people watch Netflix to escape or play like FIFA on their Xbox to escape. You're just reading books. Like, listen, it's just like listening to podcasts like this or listening to music. This is just my way of like taking a break and escaping from the work I do during the day. So yeah, I mean, I want to read more and more books for the second half of 2018, so I don't spend as much time on my phone or just doing other mindless stuff that doesn't really contribute to my life or my mental health. Thank you for listening to this rant, and always remember that tomorrow is a new day. Onward and upward.